Hello everybody, Backyard Bullion here. Welcome to episode 155 of In Focus Friday, the show where we take a good close look at cool things made of silver or gold. Now this week's video is sponsored by the Germania Mint, who have sent me this oak leaf silver round for 2019, and we're going to give an honest and fair review of it here today. Despite this video being sponsored, we are going to do our best to present a balanced and fair opinion of this round in terms of the aesthetics, the design, the appealability and the potential as an investment coin. But it is important to understand that everything I'm presenting here today is just my own thoughts and opinion. We're not tied financially to the success of these rounds or anything like that. So if you're interested in them, we aim to give you as much information as possible so that you can make up your own minds as to whether this might be something for your stack. Before we jump into that though, I want to just give you all a reminder that next week's episode is 156. That's exactly 3 years of me doing this series of In Focus Friday. We've got an incredibly special piece to share next week. It's simply incredible. And I'm going to give a sneak peek at the end of this video, so if you want to stick around and see what we've got in store for next week, it's well worth sticking around indeed. So catch that at the end of this episode. So here is the oak leaf silver round from the Germania Mint. If I say coin at some point throughout today's video, I do apologise. It's coin shaped and that's just the way my brain works. But as with a lot of, well, all of their other products so far, the denomination of 5 marks there being a defunct currency makes this a denominated medallion or medal or round rather than a coin. And we'll come on to that a little bit more in the future of this video, because that does play a little bit of a part and a factor into why it's not necessarily going to be the greatest investment return, perhaps for us European customers, but potentially it has a bit more legs or room to grow for the rest of the world. But we'll get onto that in a moment. Let's admire the full design of the coin to start with. Here is the oak leaf with this really very pretty radial pattern in the background, which reminds me a lot of the back of the sort of Royal Mint coins at the moment. It's a slightly different sized kind of radial pattern, but it still looks really cool. And I like that there's some feature behind that. Now, this particular round is coming out in 4 different types. We've got silver proof and gold proof, silver BU and gold BU. There are various different mintages for the entire run of these coins. So starting at the top with this one here, the oak leaf silver BU, 50,000 as a mintage. The gold BU, 500 as a mintage, which is very low for a 1 ounce nice looking gold coin. 1,000 for the silver proof, and then a micro mintage of 100 for the gold proof. Now the proof versions of these have a clear silver background, a reflective shiny background. I don't have one of those to showcase for you, but it's probably very different in the way and look that it feels, I would imagine, because even I think the rim, the outer rim of these coins on the proofs don't have this little intricate pattern, which I actually really like. I think that's a very, very cool little touch. Of course, they're made of 909 silver. In fact, it's 49 silver, so as pure as potentially possible to do in these kind of volumes and these coins. Of course, you can get 59 silver. I think that's a little bit overrated, but 49 seemed to be the thing to do at the moment. 1 ounce Troy, as you can see, and it's got oak leaf written on that side, fine silver on that side. On the reverse, we've got the Germania Mint's crest of the double-headed eagle, a very Germanic regal symbol clutching those 2 very weirdly shaped arrows. And then of course we've got Germania, the name of the mint there, 2019 5 mark. Now one thing that I have to give credit to the Germania Mint for, and this is also going to form a little bit of, I suppose, of the criticism as well, is that the reverses of their rounds almost outshine the other designs on the other side sometimes, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but ultimately some have argued that this particular side with the double-headed eagle is even better than the designs on the other side of the rounds, which I would potentially tend to agree with in today's, today's round. This oak leaf and the acorn, it looks very good, but I have seen similar looking pieces and designs from various different mints across the last couple of years of doing videos here on YouTube and looking at different coins up close to cameras. And whilst very pretty, and I'm just trying to give an honest and fair opinion here, whilst very pretty, I'm not sure that an oak leaf and an acorn is going to set the world on fire with a new kind of look and feel and design. You know, we've seen some incredible other products coming out from the Germania mint so far in the Germania rounds. Those were fantastic with, you know, because you see Britannia all the time, but Germania was a nice refreshing look for it. We've got the Allegories coins, or the Allegories series rounds coming out with Germania and Britannia, and also Colombia and Germania as well. Again, innovative, very cool, and looking brilliant. And now we've got this oak leaf, which is very pretty, don't get me wrong, but it's just, I don't know, it doesn't set my heart on fire with a sense of newness and awesomeness, and yeah, that's just my honest feedback on it. And those are, I think, forming quite important sort of decision making elements for me when I always look to these type of things. First up I always look at is mintage for these. Of course, price plays a big point too. You know, the entry price for these for us in the European Union are automatically going to be inflated because of their status as a round, not a coin. So if we're buying these from European dealers, they will have to apply sales tax, VAT on them, which automatically makes them considerably more expensive than some of the other nice premium limited mintage coins that come out from places like the Royal Mint or the Perth Mint. You know, even if you look at the Oriental Board of Britannia, I would argue that those potentially have more financial return potential than perhaps some of these. Not saying that this is going to be a catastrophic failure by any stretch, because it is very, very cool, and it does have a lot of very interesting elements to it that might contribute to it being very, very successful in the future. I think the aesthetics of the reverse here is just stunning. You know, it's done with precision, it's done with real care and attention, and I really do like that. And I have suspicions that the proof versions of these will look even more stunning. So there are definitely potentials for these. The Germania Mint seems to be knocking the ball out of the park with a lot of their, their premium items at the moment. But that is a difficult market to sustain, and only the long term will really give us a good indication as to whether something is going to be financially a great return. But one thing is for sure, if you are just in it for the aesthetics, if you're in it because you like the look of this, or perhaps the story of, you know, the history of oak and the oak leaf and the basically the stance that it takes throughout history. It's had a very, very big impression on Western culture and Germanic peoples and the UK, and, you know, even back to sort of the Norse legends. The oak tree is the strongest trees. You know, English oak and Norse oak are meant to be some of the strongest woods out there, with almost godlike kind of, godlike attributes to them, and the gods and ghosts were supposed to live within these oak trees. If that means something to you, if that's something that you are interested in, then this is potentially for you. I think it's pretty cool. So that is the oak leaf from the Germania Mint. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. I'd be really interested to find out whether or not you think that this has got the legs to be the next big premium winning coin. I'm on the fence about it. I think it's certainly, compared with some of the other coins or rounds, that are coming out from the Germania Mint, I'd argue that others have a better chance of yielding higher returns. But I still think that this is a great step in the right direction for the Germania Mint. It's nice actually to see something that's not got Germania on it. I suppose that's the one thing to talk about, which is very good. So, you know, you've got all of the different Germania themed coins. Rounds, you see, my brain doesn't work that way. You've got all these other Germania themed rounds coming out, and it is refreshing to see something different. So that is perhaps something to factor in for the future. So the last thing is just to show you that I don't think this is how they're all going to be supplied, because when this came to me, and I have a suspicion this is probably just one of the boxes that they've got, the promo boxes from the Germania Mint. It's a very, very nice looking box, don't get me wrong. But when it came to me, the coin was just wrapped in some bubble wrap inside here, so it didn't have a box or anything. It did come with a COA, so perhaps the boxes will come as standard. I don't know. Maybe if a member of the Germania Mint is watching today's video, you could clarify on that. But the certificate of authenticity here, you can see all the specifications for this with the mintage of 50,000, and of course the official coins of the Germania Mint there. So that's basically what I've been sent by them. I think it's a pretty cool round. Summary, very interesting, limited potential perhaps for the future for the European market because of its status as a round, but generally I like it. I think it's pretty attractive and very cool to maybe pick up one or two of just to enjoy. Let me know your thoughts though on this. Please do share down in the comment section. Put a thumbs up on the video if you enjoyed this particular round. And now it is time to give you a sneak peek of next week's episode. Now, it's a special one next week because it's episode 156, which means we've been going exactly 3 years to the week. Never missed an episode throughout this last 3 years. We've always had an episode go live every Friday. And I thought no better item to celebrate that than with another community member. And it's Bunker Bullion Hi-Ho Silver. That is all I'm going to show you, because if I leave it on camera anymore, I'm going to start talking about it. It's incredible. I love it. And that is what we're going to feature next week. So if you want to see that episode, make sure you hit the subscribe button. And if you are already subscribed and you'd like to get a notification when that video goes live, make sure that you hit the alarm bell. Otherwise, that is it. A massive thank you once again to the Germania Mint for the opportunity to feature one of their products. Let us know what you think, guys, because the Germania Mint has now sent us 2 coins to look at and see. So any feedback that you have, I know that they'll be watching and reading and seeing the comments, and it really does help our brand here as well. If they have other products coming out in the future that you'd want to see, the engagement is what counts, and we'd love to be able to feature more of their products as we go throughout the rest of the year into 2020 as well. Otherwise, that is it for today. Thank you one and all for watching. I hope you have a fantastic weekend ahead. And as always, please make sure that you like, share, comment and subscribe for more.